I still remember the day that broke me in high school. It was a cold night, and I was drowning in assignments and quizzes. I was so frustrated that I didn't even know what to do. Geniuses surrounded me. One of the students was a gold medalist. The other one was the most punctual. And I was a nobody. But that's what I used to think. Until one day, I looked in the mirror and realized they are just like me. You might be thinking the same thing right now. People are better than you. You are not privileged, and nobody cares about you. That's a sign of a weak mind. I used to be just like you, trying to make ends meet. But once I made an unbreakable mind, success was a piece of cake. Everyone got scared of me because of how quickly I succeeded and developed a personality. Meanwhile, some of my fellows who didn't make such a mind, they are still stuck in their mediocre life to this very day. But you don't have to, because today, I will show you the 4 chapters that took me 4 years to learn to make a mind so strong that it will scare the shit out of everyone. However, there's one secret chapter, the final chapter. It is considered to be the best advice that you will get in your entire life, and if you follow it carefully, you will win in life. Have you ever noticed that whenever you have your phone right beside you when you're studying or doing some important task, you will unconsciously pick it up when you have just used it a couple of minutes ago? That's because you have trained your brain for weakness. You have trained your body for cheap dopamine instead of the real grind. Whenever you feel low, you watch reels, reduce your attention span, and jerk off just to feel pleasure for 5 seconds. And then what? You're back to your old, boring, and dull life. It's all because you don't want to feel pain or get uncomfortable. Your brain is just like a kid. It will become what you teach it. Right now, you have trained it to remain in your comfort zone, but you don't know that comfort kills dreams and hopes. In fact, I used to be in the same situation as you, and to be honest, my condition was miserable. I had no direction, no motivation, and no dream. Then, I decided to change my own life and started getting comfortable doing the hard things. Once I started doing it, I could clearly see the changes. Every time I said no to comfort, my mind got stronger. Just like every other muscle, my brain started to adapt and evolve into something powerful. It became the strongest muscle of my body. That's exactly what you need right now, not tomorrow or the day after. You need to train your brain from today. You have to make it comfortable with hardships so it doesn't crave comfort. Here's your daily exercise. Do one hard thing every day for the next week. Do one thing that will get you out of your comfort zone. Stop doing one thing that harms you. Start this today and comment back in 3 months. I can guarantee that you will be closer to your goals than you are today. And nowadays, the most hard thing is watching channels that provide real value. So subscribe to the channel because you won't find any GPT fluff here. Once you have built an iron mind, you will stop complaining. Ask yourself, how many times have you told yourself that you will do something, yet you haven't even started it? You complain, make lame excuses, and just want to evade the hard things. You blame it on your luck and say that the conditions are not right. You think that you are the busiest person in the entire world, yet you are not making any progress. I have seen people who were busier than you, yet they made their dreams come true. Just stop complaining. If something is not right, fix it. If you don't live a happy life, do something about it. The only person who can take you from nothing to everything is you, not your lame excuses. You wake up every day and tell yourself, my parents don't support me. I need a better job. I don't feel motivated today. That's like feeding your brain poison. The more you complain, the more you permit your brain to stay the same. I used to be the same guy who would blame everything on others, yet I was the one holding myself back. Listen to me very carefully. You need to realize that winners don't blame. They adapt and break the boundaries. Here is what I need you to do for the next 7 days. Don't complain. Simple as that. If you don't think something is right, blame it on yourself. Then, you will see the solutions you normally wouldn't have if you had blamed it on the conditions. I remember that one of my friends was once mocked in 6th grade during the math class. Everyone laughed at him because he got a 0 on the test. Even the most below-average student had more marks than him. The teacher made him stand, and everyone pointed a finger at him, calling him a loser. He was my best pal, and I couldn't see him in pain. But when I tried to console him, he told me one line that still gives me goosebumps. He said, "This failure is my success." He smiled, and by the end of the year, he was at the top of the class. He aced not only math, but all of the subjects. That's when I realized failure is not loss. It's the fuel that will take you to success. Every time you fail, you will see your weaknesses. You will realize what you are lacking. Once you see the gap, you just need to fill it. But giving up after failing is a shortcut to losing. You can go from failure to success, but you can never go from giving up to success. And learning from your mistakes is the biggest thing that most people don't see nowadays. The most successful people you see on the internet, Musk, Bezos, Gates, they failed more times than you have tried. The difference is that they never give up, and you do. There's a thing called called failure immunity. It is a stage that arrives when you have failed so many times that you don't cry when you fail. Rather, you smile because now you have seen your weakness and you can remove it permanently. So, start using failure as a stepping stone. When you start winning in one field, you will get a compound effect. This effect will help you win in other fields too. And winning is not a choice, it's a necessity. Finally, we're at the final chapter. This chapter guarantees that you will succeed even if you don't follow the previous chapters. If you just listen to these 2 minutes very carefully and start applying what I tell you, I can guarantee that you will be successful before you even realize it. And it all depends on one simple rule: stop chasing perfection. Do you know why? Because perfection delays failure. If you have a plan, you will keep perfecting it for years and years to come without doing anything practical. And when you implement it, guess what? You fail. But now, you won't use failure as success. You will take it as failure and give up because you have wasted so many years. Perfection is never good. It stops you from growing. You are average because you want the conditions to be perfect. You want your skills to be perfect. And you want the opportunity to be perfect. But you don't realize that before you can perfect your craft, somebody who is imperfect will have already shot the ball and gotten the success you could have had. You don't lack skills or a superhuman brain. You are just afraid. Afraid to be judged. Afraid to be laughed at. Afraid to drop the ball. But perfection is unachievable. It is just procrastination. The only thing you can do is just start. Start even if you won't feel like it. Start even if you hate to do it. I heard this quote yesterday, and it will summarize this chapter in a nutshell. The magic that you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. So if you want an unshakable mind, accept your imperfect self first. But there is something even more powerful than an unbreakable mind. An eye that can see everything and everyone from any angle and give you success without even lifting a finger. That's why you need to watch this video on mastering the art of observation that will make you an unbreakable person.